Let's discuss stone break-in. Wicked Edge sends a practice knife because they know the importance of breaking in your stones. They want to provide you something that's easy to sharpen and will give you no excuse not to use a practice knife to break in your stones. It's important when you're using your Wicked Edge for the first time. The stones are very packed. They're packed with the diamonds and a coating. I believe it's a nickel plating, and the stones are more like this. They're different. They sit at different levels on there. When you're breaking them in, you're trying to knock the edges down so that everything is even and consistent along the full length of the stone, top to bottom. While you're doing that, you're concentrating on the stones, but take that opportunity for you new users, take that opportunity with your practice knife or your beater knives from the bottom of your drawer, or your friends and neighbors' knives, or buy something from the thrift store for a couple bucks, or buy an inexpensive knife at Walmart, but don't use your good stuff. Don't be practicing on a $500 knife. Clamp it up. Use the stone, learn the strokes. This is what the practice period is for, to learn your strokes at the onset so you have a good basis, a good foundation. So when you recognize, when you first start to realize that your stones are coming around, they're not throwing off so much dust, they're working better, they feel better, the scratchy, gritty sound is less, they feel smoother. When you get to that point, and you have to do it stone by grit, by grit, by grit to get them all together. It takes longer for the course for sure, and less time for the finers. You get up to 1,000 grit and the stone break-in is almost unnoticeable. You can see a little roughness and then it smooths right out. But take the time to learn the strokes. That's why I posted those videos made by Tom Blodgett at Gendy many years ago, where he discusses the different strokes, the edge leading, the edge trailing, the round and round, the scrubbing. Take the time practicing while you're breaking in your paddles. They don't know how you're breaking them in. You're just breaking them in by using them. Use that user experience time to figure it out, to mess with your angle, to do different things while you're breaking in the stone. So when you get the stones, so that you can feel that they're not sloughing off diamonds, they're not making that extra dust, that they're working, and you see that it went from gritty and rough feeling to now it's getting smooth feeling and it's more consistent. Something that's usable and feels right. When you get to that point, then you can start using better and better knives. But don't miss the opportunity to learn while you're breaking in your stones. For the veteran users that are buying new stones to replace worn stones, first of all, I want to say, I don't know how long Wicked Edge stones last. I don't know whether it's 300 or 500. It all depends upon how hard you push and how much pressure you put on them, how much wear you put on them, what kind of stroke. But they last a real long time. I have worn some to the point that I wanted something that I thought was more effective, so I replaced them. But when I replaced them, I still had to break in the new stones, but I used that opportunity that when they got rid of that extra dust and they were ready to work, I compared them to the same grit in my old stones so I could assess how the old stones really were, how much life was left in them. You may find in your sharpening routine that you want to start with a 200 that's worn because you don't want to go down rougher, and that one will work for you to knock off the edges and get it back in a profile. And then you might want to go to the new 200 to finish it how you expect a 200 should work. So there's always a use for your old ones. Take the opportunity to compare them. Then you can better assess the next time your stones are worn where you need to go with them, if you can keep using them or you need to replace them. Thanks.